Hi everyone, welcome to today's practice. I've designed it so that you can add this on to last week's practice. If you want to, I need to get my words out right, you can just do it as a standalone practice if you want to. But anyway, come and join me at the front of your mat and making sure you're not right to the front so you've got space to bring your hands down. Soften the knees, pelvis in neutral and a gentle hug in. Take a nice deep breath in, nice and easy exhale out through the mouth. And then go back to inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Inhale, float the arms, fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, slowly float the arms down to the side of your body. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, float them down. Inhale, float up. And as you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart center. Pause in here. Waist even through both feet. Spread the toes wide. Checking that pelvis in neutral. The knees are soft. Broad across the collarbones. Shoulder blades in neutral on the back of the rib cage. And on your next exhale, you're just going to hinge from the hips. The hips are floating back. Keep that spine nice and long, bend and soften the knees, bring the fingertips to the floor. Step that right foot back, right knee down, top of the right foot down. And then slowly sweep the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Keep that pelvis in neutral, lifting out from that right knee, push down from the top of the right foot, lovely long stretch. Exhale, slowly plant the hands, slide back, tabletop. Set your base, shoulders over the wrists, shoulder blades in neutral, pelvis in neutral. Pause in here. Take a nice deep breath in, allow the chest to float forward, coming into cow, being careful with the neck and the lower back. As you exhale, slowly push down through the hands, round into cat. When you're ready to inhale, slowly uncurl. Allow that chest to float forward. You'll find that tailbone will just automatically lift slightly. Check that you're not jutting the chin up. You can lift the head slightly but not jut the chin up because we're watching that neck and the lower back. Making sure you're not just spilling the guts to the floor. Push all the way down, coming into cat. Pausing in cat. Tuck the toes. Gentle hug in. Hips up. Imagine someone's hoisting those hips up. Soften the knees, downward facing dog. So maybe you've got lots of bend in the knees. You want to keep that spine nice and long. So push up through the arms. Really activate the arms, lengthen the armpits, relax the head and neck, spread the fingers wide. Take a nice deep breath in. Gentle hug into the midline. As you exhale, lower the knees to the floor, lengthen out that spine. From here, slide that right leg back. Use the glute to bring the right toes off the floor. Add in the left arm, Superman. Holding it here, nice and strong, get that gentle hug in. And on your next exhale, bring that left hand underneath that left shoulder, bend that right knee. Step it forward in between the hands, coming into a kneeling lunge. Bring that right hand to the right hip, and then just bring the belly round to the right, coming to that twisted kneeling lunge. Release the left ear to the left shoulder. Hand can stay at the hip, or you can reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. So you're broad across the collarbones, leaning back into that left shoulder blade, left shoulder, left wrist. And then from here, take a nice deep breath in, and then just sweep up and round, coming into your kneeling lunge. Pause in here, tuck in the left toes, release the arms, roll the right shoulder back, the left, the right, the left, right, and left. And on your next inhale with strength, remember you can climb up. You're going to slowly come all the way up and then soften into your high crescent lunge. Just make any adjustments that you need to. So the pelvis in neutral, soften that back knee, hip bones are pointing straight ahead. Pause in here. Inhale, lengthen that right leg, and as you exhale, just a little twist, bring the belly round to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften the arms, goddess arms, bring the belly round to the right. This is a gentle twist. Inhale up, one more. That gentle twist. And then slowly come all the way around. And then just soften back to your high crescent lunge. Pause in here. And then just slowly allow the hands to float forward to the floor, pushing back through the left heel, coming into low lunge. Step that left foot forward, hip hinge all the way up. And as you exhale, slowly hinging forward, fingertips to the floor, step that left foot back, left knee down, top of the left foot down. Slowly bring the fingertips all the way up, pausing here. Lovely stretch here. Plant the hands, slowly come back to tabletop, shoulders over the wrist. And inhale, cow. Exhale, rounding up to cat. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog, set your base. Allow those hips to float up, soften those knees, lengthen the spine. Gentle hug into the midline. And as you exhale, lower the knees, tabletop, set your base, shoulders over the wrist. Slide that left leg out nice and long, square off the hips, gentle hug in. Use that left glute, float the toes off the floor. Maybe add in that right arm, Superman, pushing back through that left heel. And then bring that right hand underneath the right shoulder, bend that left knee, step it forward, kneeling low lunge. Left hand, left hip, bring that belly round to the left, coming into a twist. Right shoulder, right wrist, leaning back into that right shoulder blade. Option to reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Release that left ear down, broad across the collarbones. Keep that gentle hug in. And on your next inhale, slowly sweep all the way up to your kneeling lunge. Tuck the right toes. Release the arms, roll that left shoulder back, the right, left, and right. Take a nice deep breath in, slowly come all the way up, and we'll all meet up in your high crescent lunge. So just taking your time. Once we get there, 2 lines, not 1. Soften that back knee to help keep that pelvis in neutral. Keep that gentle hug in. Inhale, lengthen the left knee. Exhale, soften the elbows, bring the belly round to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring that belly round to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften, belly to the left. Inhale, lengthen, and just soften down. Pause in here. And then just slowly bring the fingertips to the floor, coming into your low lunge. So I'm just making sure that my left knee's over my left ankles. I just step my foot back, pushing back for that right heel. Option to lower the back knee to the floor. Weight into that left foot, step forward. You'll come to that halfway lift, so lengthen out the spine. Allow the hips to float back, weight even through both feet. You're on your fingertips. Crown of the head forwards, and then hip hinge all the way up. Lovely long stretch. Bring the hands down through to heart center. We're adding on from here. Just release the arms. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Hands down through to heart center. Hinging forward. Fingertips or hands to the floor. Step that right foot back, right knee down. Top of the right foot down. Fingertips reaching up. Kneeling lunge. Pause in here. Really reaching up. And then exhale. Plant the hands. Sliding it back. Tabletop. Set your base. And inhale, coming into your cow. Just be careful of that neck and the lower back. Exhale, push down through the hands, round the spine, coming into cat. Release the head, tuck the toes. As you inhale, and hoist those hips up, coming into your downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the feet, maybe stay still, maybe you fancy a little sway from side to side. And just check in with the breath. And then from here, gentle hug in. Lower the knees to the floor, tabletop. And let's lengthen out that right leg. Use that right glute, coming into Superman. Right leg, left arm. Pause in here, staying nice and strong. And then from here, left hand comes down to the floor. Float the right toes to the floor. And then bring that belly round to the left, and you're just going to swivel round. Open up wide, coming into a kneeling side plank. You can reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling, or just keep the hand on that right hip. Glutes are on for hip extension, gentle hug in. You can keep that right foot in contact with the floor. This left lower leg you can swivel out to the side for balance if you want to. You can float the right foot off the floor. Just opening out, just feel the side of your body working, lifting up through that left rib cage. Check there's no tension or stress in that neck. And then from here, option to keep the fingertips where they are, point up towards the ceiling, or bring the hand to the hip. Bend in that right knee, look down towards the mat, step that right foot forward, coming into that kneeling twist. Hold it here. Take a nice deep breath in, and then slowly, as you inhale, slowly come up, tucking the left toes, reach your fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. Don't worry if you can't come up like I just did. Just crawl your way up, set your base. Let's add in our twist. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, belly round to the right. Inhale, lengthen. And this time we're going to bring our belly round to the left and open out into a warrior two. Set your base. So pelvis to neutral, activate those glutes, that gentle hug in. Got your ears, shoulders, hips. So we're not leaning forward. Pausing here. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, right lower arm to that right thigh. You can reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling and release that right ear down. Or you can bring the left bicep by that left ear, rolling that belly open, pausing here, staying nice and strong in the waist, in the obliques. Inhale, slowly come back to warrior two. As you exhale, let's reverse it. Right, left palm, left thigh, reach through the right fingertips. So really reach up through those right fingertips, releasing the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then slowly on the inhale, come back to your warrior two. Release the arms down. And then just coming on to the right heel, lift the ball of the foot, swivel the right toes so they're parallel to the left long edge of the mat. I'm sorry guys, I'm going to, got my back to you. So soften those knees, hinging from the hips, lengthen the spine, come into a wide leg forward fold. You can bring the fingertips to the floor or the hands that can be underneath the shoulders, or maybe bring the hands to the lower legs or to the ankles, release the head and neck. If it feels too much, you can bend those knees and then bring the elbows and lower arms to the thighs. Just pause in here. And then soften those knees. We'll start to walk our hands and our fingers around to the front of the mat. Allow both feet to swivel round, so you'll come into that low lunge. Right knee, right ankle, push back through that left hip, lengthen the spine. Push the weight down through that right foot, step that left foot forward, weight even in both feet. Hips float back, lengthen the spine, and then hip hinge all the way up. Lovely long stretch. Bring the hands down through to heart center. Sorry guys, I need a drink. And then from here, let's hinge in forward. Allow the hips to float back. Hands and fingertips to the floor. Step that left foot back, top of the left foot. Slowly come on up into that kneeling lunge, lifting up. And then exhale, plant the hands, come into tabletop. Shoulders over wrist. Inhale, coming into your cow. Checking in with that neck and that lower back. Check they're not spilling the guts. Push down through the arms, round into your cat. Release the head and neck, tuck the toes. Hoist the hips up high. Downward facing dog. So pushing up through the arms. Lengthen the armpits. Lovely long spine. Release the head and neck. And then slowly bring the knees to the floor. Tabletop. Let's slide that left leg back, keep that gentle hug in. Use the glute to float the left toes off the floor. Option to add in that right arm. Palms can face down, palms can face out to the side, or you can have a loose fist with the knuckles facing forward, whichever feels comfortable for you. And then from here, right hand, right shoulder, left toes to the floor. Keep that gentle hug in. You're bringing the body round to the left, coming into your kneeling side plank. So open out the body. Belly forward, glutes are on for hip extension. Left arm can point up, so fingertips up towards the ceiling, or you can just rest the left hand on the hips. Option to float the left foot off the floor. Leaning back into that right shoulder blade, right shoulder, right wrist. Make sure there's no tension in that head or neck. Then you can bring this top hand down to the hip. You're going to bend that left knee, step that left knee forward, coming into your kneeling twist. And then tuck the right toes, slowly sweep round and up, kneeling lunge. And then when you're ready, with strength, slowly come up. Just take your time. We'll meet up here in our high crescent lunge. So I'm on the ball of my right foot, pelvis to neutral, 2 lines, not 1. And then from here, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften, bend the elbows, bring the belly round to the left. And then inhale, lengthen, and bring the belly round to the right, opening out into left warrior 2. So the left knees are going to the front of the mat, in front of the toes, outside the edge of that right foot. Check your base, glutes are on, gentle hugging. Left lower arms coming down to that left thigh, side angle variation. Right fingertips can point up towards the ceiling, or you can bring that bicep by the ear, rolling that belly open. Releasing that ear towards the shoulder, so there's no tension or stress in that neck. Holding it here, nice and strong. Use that core. Inhale, slowly come up to warrior 2. And as you exhale, reverse your warrior. Right palm, right thigh, reach through the left fingertips. Inhale, slowly come to warrior 2. Release the arms. Coming onto the heel of the left foot, swivel the foot round, feet are parallel to the long edge of the right side of the mat. Hinging from the hips, keep that spine nice and long, wide leg forward fold. And then you can bring the hands onto the thighs, the ankles. You can bring the fingertips underneath the shoulders or the hands. You've got the option of softening those knees and resting the lower arms, elbows on those thighs if that feels more comfortable for you. And just a few breaths here. Maybe just nod that head, making sure it's nice and relaxed. Soften those knees, so we're not hyperextending, locking those knees out. And let's slowly start to walk to the front of the mat. So you're walking your hands through, you're swiveling your feet round, so both toes face forward. We're coming into that low lunge. Left knee, left ankle, push back to that right heel, lengthen the spine. Pushing down through that left foot, step that right foot forward. Hip hinge, allow the hips to float back. Keep the spine long, push down for both feet, slowly come up and release the arms down. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, release. Inhale, float up. Exhale, release. Inhale, float up. As you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart center, hinging from the hips. Fingertips or hands to the floor, step one foot back, then the other foot back, slowly coming into tabletop, tuck the toes. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, allow the hips to float towards the heels. Now from here you can just float straight up, shoulders over the wrists, or you can round the spine, cat, slowly coming up, shoulders over the wrists, slowly uncurl, hip to heels, rounding cat, shoulders over wrists, slowly uncurl, rolling cat. Just slowing it down. Let's do one more, just being very careful of that back and the neck. Pause in here, coming into your tabletop, take a nice deep breath in, big exhale out through the mouth. And then just allow the hips to swivel to one side, maybe grab your block to sit on or a cushion. Come into an easy cross-legged and easy seated. Weight even on both seat bones. Sit up nice and tall, crown of the head towards the ceiling. And just slowly roll the right shoulder back. The left, the right, the left, the right, and the left. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice long easy exhale out through the mouth. Just bring your awareness to your breath, that natural breath. just allow the exhale to come out through the parted lips. Inhale through the nose. Easy exhale out through the slightly parted lips. Inhale, slow and full. Easy exhale. Slowly bring the palms together, hands through to heart center. Soften the fingers, the shoulders. Slowly bow the head towards the fingertips. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you find peace within. Slowly flutter your eyes open. Slowly bring your head up. From my heart to yours. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. See you soon. Take care.